All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another Zaxtors indie look live stream where we take a look at some indie games here on my channel. It's been a long time since I've done a indie game live stream right here on my YouTube channel, but we're going to go ahead and do this today and check out some new games, including a brand new game from one of my favorite indie game developers on Steam, Nickervision Studios. Now, I just came across this last night, guys. Nickervision Studios has teamed up with Atari as a publisher, it looks like, for his first game under a big publisher. And nobody deserves that recognition more, or that publisher more, than Nickervision. He makes some absolutely amazing 99-cent games on Steam. And if you haven't checked out games like Ding Dong or what's the other one? Something XL. Yeah, he's got a bunch of games. He has a bunch of great little indie games. So we're gonna go ahead and check out his newest game, Nickervision Studios. What am I thinking of? Super Bit Blaster XL, and then Bit Blaster XL. So Bit Blaster XL was one that came out in 2016, a space shoot 'em up, and he outdid himself again recently back in March with Super Bit Blaster XL. Well worth a $3.99 asking price. He has Bing Bong, Pivot, Righty Tighty XL, and one of my favorite games is Ding Dong. Yeah, Ding Dong XL. A lot of these games are 99 cents, and guys, you guys can get this whole bundle for dirt cheap. But I would hold off until the Steam Summer Sale starts in a couple of days. That's when you guys are going to really be able to knock it out of the park with some of these games. They'll probably be half price or less. We're going to take a look at his newest one. It's a $3 title called Missile Command. We're also going to play a brand new Snake game that just launched today. I played it for just a couple of minutes. It seems like it's really solid. A lot of these Snake games, there's a million of them on Steam. There's a million of these Snake games out there, not just on Steam, but this one seems like it's a pretty solid one. So we'll take a look at that one as well. Played that one for just a couple of minutes as well. And then we'll take a look at some other very affordable games in this live stream and see if we can find you guys a bargain, game to go out and spend $1 or $2 on and keep your time occupied if you're doing like my son and I and staying quarantined and not getting out there in the mad craziness that is the outside world as I begin to reopen up things in society. So thanks so much for being here, guys. If you guys are watching this live stream afterwards, after I've streamed it, definitely comment down below. Be sure you like the video if you would, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified whenever I do a live stream or upload a video like this. So again, guys, if you guys haven't ever heard of Nickervision, if you guys have never played the infamous Ding Dong XL on Steam, I highly recommend it. It's well worth the 99 cents. It is a super fun game. It's made by a single developer named Nickervision Studios, and this game is just super addicting. It came out a couple of years ago, as you see, but all you do is simply push a button, the mouse button, your left mouse button, whatever you want to do, your A button on your controller. You have a lot of different options, but all you're doing is one button controls. You don't move or anything. All you do is shoot this ball back and forth, up and down, and you just try to get it across. And it kind of reminds me of a kid running across a street or something like that. And you're trying not to get hit, because if you hit, it's game over. And you simply get a point for every time you get it up and down. There's some power-ups and stuff like that, some clocks, stuff like that, or some things that'll freeze everything on the screen. But it's super, super fun. If you guys haven't tried Ding Dong, let me go ahead and highly recommend this one. I mean, it's a game that I have almost 10 hours in for a super simple game. You can't beat that one. That one is linked in the chat, guys. Highly recommend Ding Dong XL. Again, Nickervision Studios. One of my favorite indie developers that makes these small indie games. He's absolutely phenomenal. So again, guys, if we go ahead and take a look at it, I just came across... Now, Missile Command was one of those old arcade-style games that I absolutely loved when I was a kid. Now, I didn't like it quite as much as Asteroids, but this is the game where you try to save 6 cities. You have, you had a mountain in the middle, and you had to try to protect your 6 cities from, like, asteroids coming in from outer space that were trying to blow up your cities. And this game was a ton of fun back then, but now that it's developed by Nickervision Studios for Atari, I couldn't be more hyped, guys. Missile Command Recharged, made by one of my favorite indie developers on Steam, Nickervision Studios, published by Atari, classic game. This has to be good. So it does come in at a little bit higher price tag, $2.99. But so far right now, it is getting 94% positive reviews. Let's go ahead and give it a look if we would and check it out. Again, can it beat Ding Dong XL? Ding Dong XL is, in my opinion, his best game. I don't know. That Super Bit Blaster XL is pretty damn good too. But this one, we'll see. We'll see how it ranks. All right. Now, I will go ahead and say, guys, I had a controller plugged in yesterday when I started this. And if you have, if you have a controller plugged in, I would highly recommend unplugging the controller, because this game is a bitch to play with a controller, because you have to manually move this thing all over the screen to try to hit these things. It's so much easier with a mouse. And you don't have any options here to change from a controller to mouse. You only have language, sound, and music to turn those on or off. So, yeah, so you can turn those on or off. So, I would highly recommend, if you do buy Missile Command here, unplug your controller before launching the game. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck trying to play this with a controller. And a controller is not recommended, not for this game. You want to use a mouse and keyboard for this game for sure. Alright, it's just a lot easier to get this cursor where you want it without having to try to move the stick. So we're going to go ahead and hit start here. Alright, so we got to protect these 6 cities here. You want to shoot these ahead of time and cause that explosion right there. Again, you want to get them ahead of time. See, I missed that one because I too late. We'll blow that up. I don't know what it is, but this game is not easy, guys. That'll blow up my missiles if I let that hit. Oh, I lost the city. I already lost the city. Lost 2 cities. I am not doing so good, guys. I didn't even play this game a full time yesterday, though. I lost another... Oh, I lost one of my guns, basically. I lost another one of my guns. This isn't going to be good. I'm doing terrible. I got 1 city left, guys, and this is about to blow me up. So I just lost the game because all my guns got blown up. So as you guys can see, I'm definitely not good at it. I scored a high score of 1,000 yesterday, and I actually quit early, just because I had to do other things. But I only scored 525 that time. Now, the one knock on this game that I can see is the leaderboard. If we click on the leaderboard, it brings us up to a Steam page that isn't available yet. If I know Nickervision Studios, he'll get that leaderboard working. He's a great indie developer, like I say. I don't know why he doesn't have that in at launch. That's kind of upsetting. But you can upgrade as well here, guys. And this is going to be something where, if you've played a couple of games, you're going to have points to spend and be able to, upgrade your stuff. So I really, really like that. So it's almost like if you have a bad game like I just had, it's not all is lost, because you've gained some points that you're going to be able to put into either your power, your reload speed, your speed of your bullets as they go up to try to kill those asteroids, or your rebuild speed. So if you get blown up, you'll be able to rebuild. I think we should probably go for speed. That's 1,000. There we go. So now it costs 5,000 to upgrade again, and we see that we have a level 2 there. Yeah, I really like this upgrade system here. Let's go to power. That should give us a bigger block of explosion. And then let's go for reload as well. We won't have enough to do rebuild. Let's go back and let's see if we can do any better than the score we just had, guys. That's the first time I've upgraded. So let's restart. See if we can do any better. Destroy that. Oh, look how much faster my bullets fly. That helped a lot, I think. It doesn't take them all day to get up there. Now, based on your speed... Oh, we can try to hit both of these at once. There we go. Oh, that blew them all up. That's a bomb. So B's a bomb. That was cool. Again, the same kind of graphics and same kind of effects as his Ding Dong XL has. I really like these simplistic like neon graphics that Nickervision likes to use. They just work so well. They're so nice to look at too. Oh, we can get 3 at once here? Yes, we did. Yeah, I think I'm outdoing my last game for sure. Guys, this game is one of those games that's just going to be super addicting. You know what I mean? Oh god. Blow up. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Damn it, man. I think I need to be shooting faster. What's that? What's our... Rapid fire, okay. I'm getting destroyed here. Can you imagine trying to use the controller and try to move the stick everywhere you need to move it? So I did do better than my 425 last time. I got 1800 that time. And again, now we can afford maybe another upgrade. We can't do speed. I would like to do speed again, but let's do a rebuild here. And we'll save our points. For everything costs 5,000 now to upgrade. Fantastic game, guys. Nickervision has knocked it out of the park again. This time for Atari, as Atari is the publisher. So again, we can see the 6 cities we got to try to protect. It's just like the old Missile Command, guys. Well, that was a way big miss. There we go. Mega? Whatever mega means. Oh, it's big explosions. Okay. Yep, that was a miss. The big one goes slow there. Probably does a lot of damage, though. Let's get this mega here. No! Oh, God. I don't know what that big thing is up there. Man, this game is really hard, really challenging, guys. This game is not easy. One of those games that looks like it looks easier than it is, I think. And it's one of those games that's going to be rewarding as well, because the more you play it, the better you're going to get. I can already see that. Yeah, I only have one gun. That's why I'm not shooting so fast. Every shot needs to count now. Right as soon as that gun got rebuilt, it just got blown the fuck up. Goddamn. I just lost another city. Damn it. Well, that's it. And this city's going to get blown up. That time I scored 22-25, though, guys. I'm horrible at this games. For a guy that's pretty good at classic arcade games, you can see that I'm not doing so hot. But one thing you can see is I started off at like 450 points the first game. Then I scored like 1,400, and then now I'm up to 22-25. That's in one game. So you add that all up, guys, you come into your upgrades, you see that I'm probably getting pretty close to being able to upgrade again. So again, even though I had a bad game, all is not lost, because I do have more and more points to spend to start upgrading and, you know, making better, faster guns and upgrading myself so that I can do better and better as I play more. You're also going to get better and better at the game as you play more as well. This game is super fun, guys. For $2.99, I can easily see somebody getting, you know, 3 hours worth out of this game to make it under $1 an hour. I think the value on this game, Missile Command Recharged, is out of the park, which doesn't surprise me for a Nickervision game. Again, I simply love his simplistic, like, neon-style graphics. He's used these same kind of graphics in all of his games, and now he uses it again to make a modern version of a classic, old-school arcade, you know, classic game that so many people loved. I mean, this game was in the arcades. It got a ton of quarters dumped in it. I don't know. I can't even imagine how much money this game probably made in the arcades around the world. But this game is fantastic. Value, guys, worth 40 points is the biggest part of my score. Is worth 40 out of 40. There's no doubt about that. This is a knock it out of the park game, especially on value. How much fun is the game? This is going to be the more subjective part of my scoring. What's, you know, fun to me may not be fun to you. You may play it and find it infuriating. But I really like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. Worth 30 points. I'm going to give this game a 28. Next criteria is controls and bugs. How are the controls? How are the bugs? The controls are fantastic. Because this game did launch, though, at a full asking price of $2.99, and it doesn't have the leaderboards. You can't even go to the Steam page and find the leaderboards. That's a little bit upsetting. I think it does advertise leaderboards. Let's take a look. I think it does advertise Steam leaderboards here. Yeah, see, it advertises Steam leaderboards, but they're not working yet. So because I am launching this game, and I mean, this game did come out, I mean, almost a month ago, and it still doesn't have working leaderboards. That's kind of a surprise. I'm a little bit disappointed in good old Nickervision there. He's a good guy. But why he doesn't have the leaderboards working on this game yet baffles me. So I am going to knock him I'm going to knock him pretty hard here. I'm going to knock him 3 points for not having leaderboards working when he's promoting it and advertising it, but it simply doesn't work. So I'm going to knock him down to 17 for controls and bugs. And then the last part of my scoring is graphics and sound. For the type of game that it is, a simplistic type of game, again, I already said I love the simplistic kind of glow-in-the-dark neon graphics here, especially for this type of a game. And the music, as with all of the Nickervision games, is over-the-top good. So I have, I'd be doing him a disservice to not give him a 10 out of 10 for graphics and sound. So you add that all up, guys. 40 out of 40 for value all day long. I said 28 out of 30 for fun. Okay, and then I said I knocked him 3 points for not having the leaderboards working here almost a month after launch. Very disappointing to see Nickervision not having leaderboards working. I would love to know, what's causing that. And then 10 out of 10 for graphics and sound. That's 5 points that I've taken away. Missile command recharge does get a 95%, and definitely a Zaxtors Indie Gold with a 95%. And then once he gets those leaderboards working, which I'm very confident he will, guys, I'm sure that's going to be working here soon. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. That'll take the score right back up to a 98%. So Missile Command recharged, a instant Zaxtors Indie Gold. Not a surprise coming from Nickervision Studios, even with the lack of leaderboards. I think it's a well-deserved score. So the next game, guys, I want to go ahead and show you guys here. And you guys are going to be like, oh, God, Zach, you're playing all these old school games. But if I look here, guys, I simply put in Snake, right? And I see that Snake isn't coming up. I see there's a lot of Snake games on Steam, and I've played a lot of these games. And the problem with a lot of these games is a lot of them just aren't that good. I think Snake was all right. One of these was pretty good. I can't remember if it was Snake Classic or I don't think it was Rainbow Snake. One of these old classic Snake games that was made in the last couple of years was pretty good. But this one here, I played it for just a minute, and it feels great. And it just came out today. So if I put in release date here, it's going to come up. You see that it was released, yeah. Oh, it was released yesterday. Today's the 23rd. My dates are all messed up. So this one came out yesterday. Doesn't have any reviews yet. So Snake here will be getting my first review because I did buy it for $1.99. You see that I played it just a few minutes. That's how I have 0.1 hours. It is made by Romans 116 Gaming, and it's their only game on Steam right now. Now look at this, guys. He has the actual source code here. He has let you see the source code to his game. I think that's really neat. So if you wanted to go in and, alter that source code to add things you wanted or whatever, if you knew the code that he uses and wanted to add to it or learn from it or whatever, he has that source code right there. So that, I think, if we click on that, yes, we're going to continue to the external site. Take a look at the source code here. So he has it up on GitHub right here. And he has all the information here. And you could download the source code here. And you could add to the game. You could learn from the game. He says here is the release on the Roku. Most successful game. Snake is, of course, an old video game concept. It definitely has been recreated many, many times. So it looks like you need Mono Game or Netcore STK 3.1 to get into that code there, but then that's kind of how it works. So, in my opinion, best place to start tinkering around, changing the game would be altering level designs and altering the theme images. Doing this involves modifying the JSON data and images respectively, and doesn't even require digging into the code. So great way for you guys to learn some code and learn how to change things up, maybe make things different. I really like the fact that this developer has included the source code to the Snake game. But in the Snake game for only $2, you get everything you'd expect, plus a little extra. You get the classic mode, eat food and grow as long as you can without hitting the walls for yourself. Open, this is the same as classic, but without walls. So you travel, you basically wrap around the screen, right? You still can't hit yourself, but you're not going to have the outside walls to worry about. You just wrap around the screen. Or levels, this is where the extra comes in. There's 12 levels available, each requiring you to get a minimum score in the previous level to unlock. Levels consist of various obstacles that make growing your Snake more challenging, such as additional walls and portals to take you to various sections of the screen. You can go slow, medium, and fast to accommodate any skill level, and levels can be unlocked by playing any level. So if you're struggling with a level, feel free to slow it down. And then you also have different themes. If you don't like the original green tint of the Snake, don't worry. The game has 9 different themes that change the color palette and design of the entire game. So Very nice. Let's go ahead and check this game out, guys. I think it looks like you get a lot of value here for $2. And oops, I'm not trying to buy it. I'm trying to play it. There we go. I already bought it. One of the few indie games like this that I actually bought, guys. A lot of these games I get free from developers. So here we are, guys. We have our open, our classic. We have the levels. Here's where you can change your speed from slow, medium, or fast. I like that. I like how easy it is. I'm just using the WASD keys. You could use the arrow keys here as well. And then over here, this is where you can change your palette, so you can make the bricks look more like walls or whatever. Change it to whatever design you want. It's a really nice feature there. For sure. Let's just try classics. You know what? No, let's try something a little bit different. Everybody's seen that classic thing 100 times, right? Let's try this one. Sure. All right, so let's go classic to start with. I think this is a medium speed, right? Okay, we see exactly what this is. You're just gonna go until you die here, guys. Alright. Let's lower the volume just a little bit for this game. Oh, that was fast. Okay. I was gonna say, that looked a little bit fast. Let's see how many points I can get here, guys, on fast. The thing I like about this game that a lot of these Snake games don't have is they don't have these super fluid controls. That's the problem with a lot of the Snake games. Either the collision detection is bad, and you'll like hit an apple or whatever, and you won't eat it, or you'll not hit a wall and it'll say you crashed, and the controls won't be very responsive. This game, the controls are insanely responsive. And I bet you there's at least 100 Snake games on Steam at this point. But this one's going to be in the upper 10%, I can already tell you. Just from feeling the way the game plays. This game's easily worth $1.99, guys. I love the music as well. The music definitely fits the game style. Now the question I have is, can I go back into myself? And what I mean by that is if I'm going left and I immediately push back to the right without actually making a circle, will it kill me? So let's try that out. Go left now. No, I didn't. You can't go back into yourself. That's good, because I think that's a frustrating thing for a lot of people new to these kind of games. You can't actually put your head back in your throat. And so it won't let you die by doing that. It won't let you reverse direction either. I mean, if you want to reverse direction, you have to go like that. You have to make a circle. I mean, I remember playing so many of these kind of games back on the Commodore 64. Used to love Snake games. One of my favorite games back on the Commodore 64 was the Worm of Beamer. It was a type-in game from, I think, like 1981, 1982 or something like that of Compute Magazine. I played the shit out of that game. And it had nothing, it had nowhere near the fluid controls or speed that this game has. I mean, it's obviously computers today can handle making a game like this far superior to what the Commodore 64 could, but the one thing I would recommend to this developer, if this developer does ever watch this video, is I would love to see my score. So I'm a little bit confused about that. I mean, I understand we only have one life, but why are we lacking a score? Couldn't we put the score somewhere? I don't know. I mean, I know you want to use up the full screen, but I feel like you have enough room at the top to give us at least a little score in tiny font anyway. And again, guys, I mean, if I knew how to do this type of code and wanted to go in and code this, he has the source code available for you where you could go in and add that. Or if you wanted to go in and give yourself 3 lives in this game, or if you wanted to go in and make it multiplayer so, you know, you and your friend could play at the local computer. You know, one with a WAC and one with a One person could use WASD, one person could use the arrow keys. You know, we got somebody. We got Opal Dragon here. I'll have to rewatch the stream later. Oh, I'm being an ass towards school tomorrow. Oh yeah, Opal. Good to see you here, man. Good to see you. Okay, let's put this back over here. All right. Yeah, thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, guys, I can. Like I say, I have a few gripes about this game. Well, really only one gripe. I just feel like we should see our score. I mean, I guess you could see your relative score by how long your snake is. I don't know. I'm just one of those guys that. Another thing too that would be nice. I mean, I know you're. See, now we see your score, so maybe they wanted to keep you kind of guessing. You know. One thing I think could have been cooler with this game, and another thing I'd recommend to the developer, just 2 little knocks, and they're not that big. I just think it would be nice to see your score somewhere on the screen. And then when I crash into a wall, or if you crash into yourself, I think it would be cool to see some kind of effect. So as we saw, if I crash into the wall, that's all it does. I think to show some lines of impact, some impact lines, or show, you know, your head exploding or something like that. See, that's all it is. That's a little bit flat, just kind of like the sound effect is really flat. I think that showing just some, it doesn't even have to be that great of an effect. Just showing even some impact lines of the effect, or show your head flashing. Maybe show your head flashing red, you know, for a few seconds, like flashing red. I think that would really be all you would need. You just give it a lot more, a little more satisfying effect for your death, rather than just a boo, you know. I would definitely add that. But again, there, guys, he has the source code available, so, you know, you guys could pretty much add anything you wanted. Other things you could add to this game, besides just eating these things, is, you know, what about adding a timer? What about you have to get so big in a certain amount of time? And then if you add a timer, maybe go in and add some, instead of just food here that you eat to get bigger, maybe add something that, you know, a star or something like that. You eat a twirling star, and it makes you speed up for 30 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever. You go like double time. You know, you get a good speed up or something. So with a game like this, I mean, there's all kinds of things you could definitely add to a game like this, just to kind of change it up and change the feel. One thing, if you were going to do that, though, if you were going to add a timer and you were going to add speed boost and all that, you'd probably want to put those as an option for players, so players didn't have to play like that. You know, turn timer off and on, turn speed boost off and on. But again, also multiplayer, being able to play at least local multiplayer against your, you know, family member, your friend, would be really cool. I don't think this kind of game would really support online combat, because you'd have to have a really good connection, or whoever was connecting to you would feel really laggy. And in a game like this, you need super fast response. So a wireless connect, or, you know, a internet connection just wouldn't do a game like this justice. So many of these games like this require such good response time that if I connected to somebody, like if somebody connected to me, say from even like if they connected to me from Nebraska, halfway across the country from me, they would have so much lag, they'd be crashing a whole lot, and it really wouldn't be their fault. But you could at least make it local multiplayer, so I could play with my son, or you could play with your girlfriend, or whatever, you know, locally. This is definitely, even with my complaints or my suggestions to the developer to make this game better, this is definitely one of the better Snake games on Steam, guys. I've played a ton of them. Most of them I really don't like that I've played. I'd have to think about the ones. I know there was a 3D one. I think it was called, I can't remember what the name of it. It was like a 3D Snake game. It was pretty good. And then there was one like this that was pretty good, but I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. Like I said, I played so many of them. I played one in the last year or two that was pretty good as well. And I think it did have local multiplayer. But if you're just looking for a single... If you're looking for like the old classic Snake game that you used to play on the Nokia phone or whatever, if you're just looking for a classic Snake game to play, you know, solo... If you're looking for a game, you're playing Dead by Daylight or a game like that where you have to wait for a lobby and people to connect or whatever, and you're looking for a game to play while you wait, I can't imagine a better game than this game right here. I mean, the last game, Missile Command, would be pretty good as well. But everybody knows Snake. Everybody is going to probably have fun watching you play this thing while you're waiting for, you know, a game to load up in a multiplayer game if you're streaming or whatever. You're a better coder than me. I'm going to make Squirrel play Little Watch Nebeta demo tomorrow, an anime version of Dark Souls. Oh, that sounds cool. I'll have to check in and see if we can watch that. I actually have a Snake game, guys, and I probably, if I get some extra money, I'm probably going to recode it. I made a game, God, years ago, guys, like 2012, way back when. Like, no, it's probably a little bit later. It might have been 2013. It was a long time ago, though. I made my own Snake game, and I've showed it before. It's called Nerm the Worm, and it actually had better graphics than this, and it also had very fast, very fluid controls. And I already have the code for it, so I know I can code. Especially, I've gotten a lot better at coding since 2013 because I was just getting my hands into coding back in 2013. But if you guys haven't seen my Nerm the Worm, I'll have to show you guys that. But it has super fast, super fluid controls as well. And I could redo Nerm the Worm and upload that onto Steam, and I guarantee you Nerm the Worm would be one of the better Snake games on Steam as well. The reason I haven't ever uploaded it is because I figured there's just so many Snake games I didn't know, if I'd even get close to making my $100 investment back on Nerm the Worm. But Poggers has done pretty well for me, but then again, there's not a whole lot of Frogger remakes on Steam. I've been playing Summer in Mara lately. What is that? What kind of game is that? Let's go ahead and try. We know what open. We'll try this real quick here, guys. You know what I should have done? Let's go ahead and change the graphic style just so we can see a few of these different graphic styles. And then we'll go open here. So this one's the same thing, except you don't have the outside wall. You just can't run into yourself. So, I mean, it offers up a little variety. I like that. Same exact game, there's just no outside walls. Obviously, this is a little bit less challenging because there are no borders. So we see what that is, guys, and I'm going to keep it on fast. Let's go ahead and try this levels here thing and see what this is about. So here we can see this is kind of like Nerm the Worm. Nerm the Worm is a game where I kind of put extra walls and stuff like that in there. Give me just a second, guys. All right, I think that was a telemarketer. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's jump into this levels and see what this is like. Yeah, see, we now have extra walls that we got to watch out. So this is going to, like I said, the open kind of made it a little bit less challenging. This is obviously going to make the game a lot more challenging, especially if you put it on the speed I have it at now, the fast speed. But again, the controls are so fluid and so tight on this game. They're so well coded. This is a very well coded game. And in a lot of ways, guys, I think a lot of people dismiss these kind of games for their graphics, but what people don't understand is how much fun these simple little games can be. And these games, unlike so many games today, these games really do require nothing but hand-eye coordination. I mean, this is all hand-eye coordination. So if you've ever wanted to increase your hand-eye coordination, play a game like this. Play one of these old-school retro games. Play Pac-Man. Play Frogger. They're all, as long as they have a good response time to your hand movements, just like this one does, you're definitely going to increase your hand-eye coordination with a game like this. So we kind of see what this game is here, guys. So a couple of things I would definitely add to this game to the developer. I would add a score so that while you're playing, you know where your score is at any given time. I think these things are kind of mandatory. I'd love to see these, these implemented into the game from the developer himself. I know he's put the source code out there, but I think the developer should go in and change these things. Even if it's in little letters at the very top, give us a score so we see what our score is all the time. And then the other thing is, if you're going to have scores, if we're getting scores, it doesn't look like we have. Yeah, we don't have any Steam leaderboards. So Steam leaderboards and showing your score on the screen, and then adding Steam leaderboards would put this game over the top. Right now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give this game $1.99. It's well worth that. I think anybody that loves an old Snake game is going to get well more than 2 hours out of this game. I mean, I just sat here and played it for another, 15 minutes or whatever. But I like the fact that you can change all the different, you can change the style and what everything looks like. You can change from slow, medium, or fast movement speed. You can do these different. This is going to be that last one where you have the levels and you have different portals. And see how you're going through different portals. That's going to make things really difficult. Look back at that, guys. So what he has here is he has portals, and your snake, it's just one snake. It looks like it's different snakes. But what that is, guys, is that is one long snake, and it's going through different portals. So like for your example, your snake starts here, and it comes here, and then maybe it comes up this portal here, and then goes back in, and then comes in this portal here, and then, you know, it comes back out here or whatever. So that's going to really make things interesting with those different portals. I really like that. So, yeah, I like this game. I think that leaderboards and, like I said, leaderboards and showing your score even in small font somewhere, bottom, top, whatever, would be nice. Maybe even, you know, put a black box like right here in the middle over the wall and put the score right there or something. Anything to show your score, I think, would be good. Those are the two recommendations I have for the developer. But value, guys, for $2, I think anybody, like I said, that likes a good snake game is going to get well more than 2 hours out of this game over the coming year or so. This game is going to be well worth the price. 40 out of 40 for value all day long. No doubt about it. You love snake games. You've ever enjoyed any kind of snake game on your own phone or whatever, you're probably going to love this one just because it's so much faster, so much more fluid as far as the controls. Fun, again, the more subjective part of my scoring, where 30 points, what's fun to me may not be fun to you, but I think you can have a blast with this type of a game. I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 27 out of 30 for fun. I like it even today. You know, a classic snake game from like the 80s or 70s or whatever, you know, is still a hell of a lot of fun. You know, it doesn't make sense to me how people can think that Pac-Man and Frogger and Hubert and Missile Command and all these games, you know, from the 80s that were fun back then, if they were fun back in the 80s and people love these classic kind of games back in the 80s, why would they not be fun today? Think about that for a minute. You know, why would a game that was super fun back in the 80s, like Pac-Man, why would Pac-Man suddenly be not fun today? Well, Zax, there's better games with better graphics. I get that. But sometimes we think too much and we overcomplicate things. Keep it simple, stupid. A lot of these games are super simple, super fun, super addicting, and they were super fun back in the 80s. They're still going to be super fun today. We haven't changed. We're still humans. Fun is fun is fun. Fun for Pac-Man back in 1981 is still going to be fun in the year 2001, and it's still going to be fun in the year 2021. I'm just saying. This game's super fun, guys. I'm going to give it 27 out of 30. Next criteria is controls and bugs. The controls are super responsive. I haven't seen any bugs in this game. I have to give this game a 20 out of 20 for controls and bugs. And for the type of game that it is, how are the graphics and sound? I like this game. I think the graphics are fine for what it is. The music is going to take it up a notch. I'd probably give it a 7, but because the music is so good, I'm probably going to take that up to an 8. 8 out of 10 for graphics and sound for the type of game that it is. Obviously, I'm not comparing this game to, you know, Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight would probably get an 8 out of 10 for graphics and sound as well, but it's a completely different type of game. So you add that all up, guys. Again, you wind up with another 95. I took 5 points away. 40 out of 40 for value, 27 out of 30 for fun, 20 out of 20 for controls and bugs, and 8 out of 10 for graphics and sound. You wind up with another 95%. You wind up with another Zaxtors Indie Gold. A few ways the developer can make this game better. Again, add a score. Definitely add leaderboards, Steam leaderboards, so we can try to compete and get the best score out there. Would be cool. And then another thing you could really do is add local multiplayer so that you could play against one other person, you know, in kind of a, you know, combat. You can try to trap each other, cut each other off, or you could simply, maybe you can make a couple different modes. One where you try to cut each other off at high speeds. Another mode where you're trying to eat the most apples or whatever, and you're fighting over the apples and see who can stay alive the longest. Who can get the better score or whatever. So you could do just some different things for, you know, objectives if you made a local player. So I'd love to see those added as well. But then again, guys, he gives you a source code if you want to go ahead and try to make that happen yourself. 95% score, 2 Zaxtors Indie Gold in this live stream already, guys. 2 95%. One for the Missile Command by Nickervision Studios. Saw that one already. That one scored a 95%. One came out back on May 27th. And then Snake, just classic Snake, came out yesterday. another 95%. Guys, we are not done yet. I want to go ahead and take a look at one more game, and this one is called Blocked and Loaded. Another really high reviewed. I haven't played this one even a minute, where these two games here I played for just a couple of minutes before I streamed them. I just got this game. I want to go ahead and thank the developer, Chris and Tony, for giving me a free copy of this game. But guys, this game is a RPG FPS, and it's an MMO RPG. Look at this. This game comes in at $1.99. It's a single-player MMO with online co-op as well. How do you beat that? How do you beat an online game FPS that allows you to connect in a huge world of players or team up with a friend to go against like zombies, upgrade your guns, and you have magical items as well. Over 150 weapons for $2. I haven't even played this game. This game looks like it's going to be a Zaxtors Indie Gold. Graphics aren't always needed. It depends on the game resolution. Okay, yes, you need to keep with the monitors, but if the gameplay is solid, that's all you really need. Exactly. Well, you need enough graphics in order to make the interface work. Absolutely. I'm not an MMO person. Let's go ahead and check this game out, guys. Let's see how many people are playing this game. It does have 87% positive reviews. Nobody playing. It doesn't show. Well, there are probably people playing, but it doesn't. I think it requires more than 100. Let's see if we can look at this, guys. What is it? Steam database, SteamDB, I think. See if there's anybody. This will actually show up. There's like 13 people playing or nobody playing or whatever. Blocked and Loaded. But I mean, you could get a friend to buy this game, or you could buy you and your friend this game for, for $2 or whatever. I mean, for $4, you could buy it for you and your friend. Nobody playing the game right now. I'm surprised. Yep, not even one person is playing it. Interesting. But I mean, even though there's nobody else playing, you and a friend could definitely buy the game for less than $5. $4, you could buy both this game, and that's full price. I would expect this game to be on sale here soon. This game came out in January of 2018. I'm kind of surprised I've never heard of it. Ah, water. So good. How long has our stream been going? 43 minutes? Yeah. I probably requested this game on Keymailer back when it came out, but I think the developer just gave me the a key. All right, so here we have field of view, wider. Let's go a little bit wider. Full screen, on. Gameplay public, sure, on. Turn the music down a little bit. Turn speed, maybe faster. All right. Turn, this should make it full screen, I think. Oh God. Okay. Load game. All right. Give me a second, guys, because I'm not seeing the chat. So let me. I'm not going to see the chat here, guys, because this game definitely messes up my. When I make it full screen, it messes up my second monitor, so I cannot see the chat. So the war with the Soros has raged since Magic was first entered in the world. Hope City, home of the last free kingdom, to resist Soros has held out for as long as it could. In a desperate gamble, the king of Hope City chose to rally his final outpost garrison to confront the unholy army of Soros head-on. It was an unmitigated disaster, and as a lone survivor of that action, you stumbled backwards towards the outpost. Okay. All right, WASD. Yep. All right, search nearby. Loot with space. Okay. Oh, that's me. Boy, I look good. All right, so we have a gun here. Okay, how do I get it? Right click, no. Left click plus drag to loot to you. Gotcha. Coins and medals, press escape. Or you can hit space, okay. Right click to aim, click to fire. Alright, we fired the gun. Can you let me out of here? There we go. Alright. 2 enemies remaining. Alright, not good as I was hoping as far as the fighting outpost. Okay. Exit with space. There's no reload. I have 2 out of 100 bullets. Oh, maybe I have unlimited bullets. I don't know. I'll kill 3 zombies. That's what that is. Not 2 out of 100. Yeah, it looks like I have unlimited ammo. It's not bad for $1.99. I figured it would be a little better. I mean, it's not that it's bad. I can't jump. That's kind of disappointing. And this combat, it's just not fun. The graphics are... The textures are a little bit blurry as you move too, which is kind of disappointing. I feel like this could get nauseating pretty quick. So one of the games that I thought would be one of the best deals today... well, I didn't really think this would be one of the best deals, but I figured this would be a solid Zaxtors Indie Gold as well. You think you heard me kind of say that. And, yeah, I'm just not feeling this one, guys. Search for survivors. This game did come out a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that. That was where we started, huh? Mm-hmm. Or did we start over here? I don't remember where we started. Yeah, you have unlimited ammo. I don't see what I'm missing. There's nothing here. I'm obviously missing something. Oh, here we go. Can't believe you survived. I caught no one. I thought no one was left. Please defend the port. If there's nothing preventing the city, except... Yeah, I mean, if this is this developer's, a monster has arrived. Gotcha. You got a boss now or something? Yep. How did I know? It's not a bad game for sure. I mean, I like this boss spitting chunks of shit out of his mouth. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you have $2 and you're liking the style of this, the fact that you can play this game with a friend is pretty damn cool. Return to Survivor. We got 5 coins and an ice. I can't join you. Leave me and report back to Hope City. Find the home sign. You. Oh, I have a cooldown on it. Okay. Exit with space. Somehow you managed to find the outpost to stop the monster that had decimated your fellow soldiers. As a reward, King grants you a large plot of land to claim as your own. Nice. Saving data. Ah, so we get our little home here. That's pretty cool. And we got our chest here. So we can put some of this stuff here. Basic clothes outfit. So you have armor, you have Shoot slow ice shards, 2% magnetic larger. I mean, this is pretty damn cool. I can't lie. For $2, gray bricks usable. Type wall, so we could build walls around. Gray floor usable. Yum beans usable. Restores 8% life. What blocks to use. Material. That's pretty badass. Can't lie. Okay. And then forest trails. Let's go. What up, bro? King has granted you a patch of land for your bravery in battle. Sadly, we're the only soldier to return home. My sincerest sympathies for your loss. Alright. What up, brah? My family lived in what we call Dead Town now. Could you search it for a picture of them? Have you found the photo yet? Okay. Need to find a photo in wherever. What's this? Can't shoot here. Won't let me shoot. For a goal, and I'll pay you 5 coins. Yes, I'm not bored. Jan, you're taking too long. Alright, so we know what that's for now. Alright, so I guess I'm blue since I have a blue gun, right? Boom! Boom! Oh my god. Was that a goal? That ball had a little bit too much weight. That was almost exciting. Here's your 5 gold. Standing here all day watching new players arrive is boring. Funny. Hope City. Alright. I can't just walk in. You gotta hit space at the sign. Go. Please spend money with our vendors and grab a drink at the tavern. The PvP cult is welcoming new members if that's your thing. You got some PvP in here. I mean, definitely not a bad game for $2. Looks like it's got a lot to it, guys. I can't lie. I mean, I think you're going to get used to the graphics here. Make your own log with a tired workbench. 5,500. Oh, no. Yeah, it takes 5,500. Jesus Christ. Craft beer, fine wines. You got all your vendors here. Who's this dude? What up, dude? Alright, guys, I kind of think we see what this game is. I mean, you could definitely... It looks like you could put a lot of time in this game. I mean, if you can get over the graphics and you like games like this, here's your PvP arena. Kill friends and get loot. Here's where you and friends can come in here and blast it out and shoot each other. PvP. So if you wanted a PvP, you would just come in here, I guess. Or no? Where do you go for the PvP? I don't know. I guess in here, I think this whole area PvP is a PvP area. I don't know, it's hard to know if we don't have anybody else playing, but back to the forest trails. Again, it won't let me shoot him in the head because you can't fire in here. So this probably isn't a PvP area if this is if you can't shoot. But anyway, guys, I think we see that game looks like it has a lot to offer for you if you like this kind of a game. Go home. Quit. And you have to go home to quit. I mean, it looks like somebody's first project on Steam, but yeah, I like it. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's going on, girl? All right, so, I mean, I can't do anything, guys. Looking at the game, you have 150 weapons. You can play online with other people. You can also do co-ops here on the same team. Is it this developer's first game? I'm going to go ahead and thank the developer. No, he's made quite a few games. And he's Zombie Town. Looks like he makes some pretty simple games, but I'm sure some of these are pretty fun. I mean, you can see that he's getting positive reviews on a lot of his games. He does it. 94% on that one. Rogue Party. I have this game, but I've never even played it, I don't think. Take a look. Yeah, see. Oh, yeah, I do have time in it. Play this game for 15 minutes. About the same amount of time I played this one for. I don't remember it, though. So he makes some pretty simplistic, like, dungeon crawlers and stuff like that, and fantasy games and RPGs and stuff. Locked and loaded. You can buy the whole classics. But pretty cool game, guys, for $2. I mean, you and a friend could probably have a lot of fun, or you could have a lot of fun by yourself. Just go into the world and you definitely do single player. Yeah, you can buy this whole bundle for just over $5. And again, I have a feeling like probably all those games are going to be on sale during the Steam Summer Sale coming up. So if you're watching this video, you know, at the end of June or early July here, this might be a game you want to pick up. Like this game will probably be like 50 cents. Totally worth 50 cents. I mean, I think it's worth the $2, especially if you can, you know, get over the graphics or if you have a friend to play with or whatever. So I like it. It's going to get a positive review from you guys. Value is going to be through the roof on this one, so that's the biggest part of my scoring. 40 out of 40 for value all day long. The fact that you can play online, despite what the graphics look like, it still offers a hell of a bang for the buck. How much fun is the game? I think a game could be quite a bit of fun. Even though I'm not going to sit here and get into this game and play it for 3 hours on stream, I don't think that would be beneficial. I do have to get back off here, as it looks like I probably have to go back to work here soon. But fun. Again, I can't let you can't let the this isn't the graphics, guys. Fun. Looks like you could probably have quite a bit of fun with this game. I'm going to give it a 24. Again, it's subjective. My 24 could be your 30. My 24 could be your 10 as well, but it looks like there's some fun to be had in this game, and based on what I've played of it, my first impressions, my first thoughts, I'm going to give it a 24 out of 30. Next criteria is controls and bugs. Controls and bugs seem like they work fine. Everything responds well. No problems there. I have no problems with controls and bugs, 20 out of 20. And graphics and sound, yeah, the graphics and sound is where I'm going to hit this game a little bit for the type of game that it is. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that'll up, guys. 40 out of 40 for value. I said 24 for controls and bugs. I said 20 out of 20 for yeah, 24 out of 30 for fun, and then 20 out of 20 for controls and bugs. And I said 6 out of 10 for graphics and sound. So basically, I've hit this game for a total of 10 points. This game doesn't make a Zaxtors Indie Gold, but it gets a very impressive 90% score. Games do need a 93 or higher to make a Zaxtors Indie Gold. This one is just short at a 90%. But I think this game is well worth the money, and a 90% or a 9 out of 10 is not bad for an indie game like this. So it definitely gets my high recommend, especially if it looks like a game right up your alley. You'll probably really enjoy it, especially at the low price, $1.99. Going to prep the kitchen for some cooking. Talk to you later, all. Yeah, I want to go ahead and thank you guys for being here. I have reviewed 3 of these smaller indie games, guys. I'll try to do more of these. Probably a lot of these times it'll either be earlier in the morning or maybe in the evenings. I have like over 100 Steam keys, guys, that developers have given me. So I like to try to put out some reviews and at least give these games a few minutes and my first thoughts. Keep in mind that all my grades and scores are only based on my first impressions, my first thoughts of a game. But today we had some good games, guys. We had a 90% for this one, and then we had 2 95 scores. So we had 2 Zaxtors Indie Golds, and the third one was a 90%. So again, Missile Command getting a 95%, a classic arcade game brought modern with awesome, you know, minimalist kind of neon graphics, which is Nickervision styles. Again, Nickervision Studio is one of my favorite indie developers on Steam right now, with some very simplistic, minimalist games, but they're addictive as hell and they're a lot of fun. Nickervision continues to pump out quality games. They just use fun and addictive kind of gameplay. And he does it again with Missile Command Recharge that came out about a month ago, and it's only $3. It scored a 95%. And then the other game that we played, guys, was, where is it? Somewhere back here. No, it wasn't Undungeon. Cube Course, I don't know. It was Snake, guys. And the classic Snake that came out yesterday. If we look back at it, you kind of have to put in Snake in the search, and it's not going to show up, so you have to put in like release date, and then it should be at the top if you're showing it here. But then again, Snake, guys, this game again gets a 95% because of the low price tag, just $1.99. You have different modes of play. But mainly, this game, unlike so many Snake games on Steam, the controls are super fluid, super responsive, and make this game just a joy to play. This is one of the best Snake games that I've ever played on Steam. There's a couple of them that I played. I'd have to go back and look at them to get to know. There's another one that had graphics just like this. It was a lot of fun that I believe you could play like 2 players at the same computer with, and it was a lot of fun too. But Snake here, guys, the one by this guy that came out June 22nd, 2020. This one scored an impressive 95% score as well, and I really like it as well. So there you guys go. There's my 3 games that I reviewed today. 2 Zaxtors into gold and a 90% score. Not bad. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys, will take interest in one of these games and go support these indie developers here. Who are probably not making nearly as much money as they deserve. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here, Catherine. Thanks so much, Opal Dragon. If you're still here, thanks so much for being here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this stream up. It's just over an hour long. And we'll be back soon with and try to get some more of these games that I have keys for give my first impressions for. We stayed pretty simple today with the games, and I like simple. I like simple. What about you guys? Be sure you comment down below. Let me know. Be sure you like my video, guys, if you haven't already, and make sure you subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to my channel. Peace, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Take care.